everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on E!
Larry, we are in the place the folks here call the jungle, and that's Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. Tonight, we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now on a wet and rainy night, and we are underway from Cincinnati. So a very short kick here. This will be for Andy Dalton. Didn't have to do much in the second. Kept that clock moving in the weather.
Something every team wants, right? That nice advantage where you can grind clock, turn to your running game. He's able to hand it to Jeremy Hill more in the second half. But I think Andy Dalton get A.J. Green back before the season's over.
And you mentioned Philly, back-to-back wins now for Cincinnati. First time that's happened this year. The first carry now. This is Hill. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And some room to work.
Well, these two guys, Dalton and Green, they've hooked up on some big plays since coming in as rookies together back in 2011. But sometimes Andy can rely on them just a little bit too heavily. And this is a ball he probably shouldn't have thrown.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Easy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get 1 step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flags.
They'll run again with Blunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now a play fake. Brady. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Julian Edelman from 13 yards out. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
The previous play is under review. After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Yeah, the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, I don't care how long he plays. Anytime there's a fumble involving Tom Brady.
You think the Raiders are involved?
You think the Raiders are involved, you think it's snowing, and immediately you hear the words, tuck rule. And now the tuck rule doesn't exist anymore, but that always comes back up with Tom Brady, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, even here, even now. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 18 on that one. By the way, partner, you know who wouldn't mind seeing the Cleveland Browns every week?
I'm going to guess Jeremy Hill.
The man we just saw, Jeremy Hill. Yeah, week 7, 168 yards. And then week 14, 111 and a touchdown. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And he does find his way into the end zone despite whoever they're playing. If you look back over the last couple of seasons, I believe only DeMarco Murray is keeping pace with him in touchdowns on the ground. Jeremy Hill has a nose for the end zone.
1st and 10 for Dalton. He's got time. And that is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference on the defense. Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
Hill, the lone setback. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And they'll get it up the middle. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 2 Patriots there to bring him down. Second down, 8. And now to the air. Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Tyler Eifert, such a great target for Dalton. Such a great red zone target. 2 more touchdowns in week 14.
And it's hard for me to understand how teams don't just rotate people towards him in the red zone. Because that is the spot. You just mentioned it. When they get into that position, they're looking for Tyler Eifert, and he rarely fails to deliver. The last couple of seasons, he's been dynamic in that spot.
They come out here in the I. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But that's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket, but that's hard to do when you got people in your face.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Wide 20. Dagger.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the...
The receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now he's trying...
Zebra. 380.
Hill to try again. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Hill, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Jeremy Hill touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Brady. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Julian Edelman, 75 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The D for the Pats. The Patriots heading back onto the field now. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
It's not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway, that's for sure. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll come out in the pistol. Dalton, 1st and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They come up in an offset eye. On second down, Hill. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So Jeremy Hill got the call there, and he's trying to pick his yardage back up. 2 years ago, Charles, he was over 1,100. Last year, below 800.
Just never got going with any consistency throughout the 2015 season. You know his determination is sky high for this one.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Set, wide, 20. Wide.
To throw here, Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And some space here. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They'll run it with Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. And that's their second charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll try to run it. It's Hill. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Hill with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals are in for 6. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs.
Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. 2nd rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start.
Okay, you ready? Wait for it. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
We'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Blunt, the lone running back. Brady will try again on 2nd down. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Brady gives now to Blunt. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Under a minute to go, clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Waiting to throw on second down. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big play there for the Patriots. 36 yards.
A quarterback often has a lot of really good friends on offense to help him do his job. But one of his best friends is anyone who can catch the ball and create yardage after the catch. That run after the catch, the rack, and the ability to break a tackle and make a big play, as we just saw there, quarterback is very friendly with that guy.
Brady now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up here. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Blunt, the lone running back.
53. Check it, reload.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second down, Dalton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Dalton, 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet inbounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Zebra!
They send Green to the left on his own. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
On 1st down, Brady. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down.
Holding. Offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Yard up on the pitch and catch.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On second down, here's Brady. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I got to get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. In motion left is Mitchell. Now Brady, and a dump off to White. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
From the 2-yard line now, it's first and goal. Now a carry for Blunt. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt punching it in from a yard away. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I feel like we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Zebra. Bang. 380.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
But depending on the team, they'd call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. In this case, they were able to retain possession.
McCarron now to throw. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Looking for the end zone. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
First and 10 for Dalton. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. Charles, a lot of off-air talk between us about the playoff picture, and obviously Patriots well on their way there again, but they'll have to do it this year without Rob Gronkowski. Of course, the Madden cover boy injured, maybe some talk of a Madden curse. I don't know.
You know, it's so funny when we talk about that. If you go back through the time, a lot of guys had big years after being on the cover of Madden. You know, I know Richard Sherman and the Seahawks went to a Super Bowl the year that he was on there.
OBJ had a good year last year.
Yeah, so listen, you and I both know Gronk. There's no way he sees it as a curse. He sees it as a challenge and will work his way back.
And we certainly wish him well in his recovery.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Something else, baby. Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Another chance for Dalton. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground and he usually goes up and gets it.
Time running out here on the play clock. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency, get to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball.
Still third down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and that brings up 4th down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Take it at the 37.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Brady now on 1st down. The throw left side, complete to Hogan. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Blunt, the lone running back. Brady to throw on 2nd down. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Edelman comes in motion right. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, bro. We got 4 down. Let's go.
So following the penalty, now 1st and 5. From midfield, here's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes. We'll send you to Orlando, where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And complete on the right side to Bennett. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And making their way back out there now, the Patriots defense. And they were able to halt them last time on 4th down. Was a great stand. They'll be looking for another stand here.
To be able to stand up against someone trying to go for it on 4th down, because obviously they went for it because they thought that they could get it, that they thought they had the right play call. Didn't happen. They're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves going forward and flexing the rest of this game.
And the offense will be trying to prevent that flex on this drive. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10. Dalton once more. Finding time. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
They send Green to the left on his own. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards.